mommy, community in action. What on my little sound that? Look, daddy, there's a book for me too. What on my little sound that? Creative, affirming, and culture for me too. Look, granny, a little sound that. Look, granny, a little sound that. Look, granny, a little sound that. Learning and exploring my history, you see. Look, mommy, a little sound that. We confident, we practice and develop fluency. Look, daddy, a little sound that. Families, they bond and they representing me. Look, granny, a little sound that. Look, auntie, a little sound that. Nice, I see a little sound that.
So reliable, culturally relevant. Sit back and listen to the wisdom while we represent. So reliable, culturally relevant. Readers to leaders, they hold it down where they have to sit. So reliable, culturally relevant. Sit back and listen to the wisdom while you represent. So reliable, culturally relevant. Readers to leaders, they hold it down, yeah, they have to sit.
Look, mommy, community in action. Well, on my little sound that. Look, daddy, there's a book for me too. Well, on my little sound that. Creative, affirming, culture for me too. Look, granny, a little sound that.
Greetings, Virtual Village family. How are you all doing this evening? I hope you all are doing well. I am, and as always, I'm excited to be here with you. You know, I was just sitting here doing a little bit of reflection about the joy. Oh, hold on. We have some comments coming through. It is our beloved Shania. Good evening, precious. How are you doing? Hope you are doing well. So glad that you are here tuned in with us. My day always gets brighter when I see a comment from you and our Virtual Village family. If you are here, make sure you guys check in and let us know that you are here. So as I was saying, I'm sitting here and I'm reflecting a little bit about the joys of literacy, the joy of reading. I'm thinking back to when I was a child and how much of a voracious reader I was and how I loved reading books and how I would just dissect them like, it was some kind of science project. And so it is a joy to be here with you all and to be able to bring culturally affirming literature to the forefront, the importance of literacy to the forefront. And just thinking too about experiences in education growing up as a child and the various types of experiences I've had with different teachers, some who were, good teachers and some who could have been a lot better. We got Kosi saying, hello, fam. Welcome. Thank you for all of that excitement. It is so good to see you here, and we definitely appreciate your presence. Yes. So again, thinking back to my school experience and just being proud about the teachers that we have assembled here at Clever Communities in Action with our Virtual Village, and these wonderful teachers, how they care about what is going on with our children, how they care about what is going on in our communities, and they are entrenched in that. And what a joy it is to be able to be here with you all and provide that and to share it with you, because we are a village, so we don't move without one another, right? This is a village mentality. We are here to help one another to grow, but it ain't nothing but a literacy party, like I tell y'all all the time, right? So we made it through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We are halfway through the week and the party is going on and on, okay? So y'all make sure you sit tight, because right now, it's time for you to feel good about who you are. I guarantee you after this, if you are having any kind of a bad day, any challenges, you're going to feel exponentially better. Watch.
Greetings, virtual villagers. My name is Shania, and do you know what time it is? It's affirmation time! Time to remind ourselves how great we are. So everybody, repeat after me. I am smart. I have purpose. I am confident. I am valuable. My voice is worthy of being heard. I am an asset to my family, school, and community. I respect myself and I respect others. I am beautifully made inside and out. I love my beautiful hair and I love my beautiful brown skin. I am more than enough. Great job, virtual villagers. Can I get a virtual high five? Great job. And always remember how fantastic you are.
Greetings, virtual villagers. I'm Akai, and today's quote is by A. Philip Rudolph. Freedom is never given, it is won.
This episode of the Virtual Village Show has been brought to you by Truist.
Good morning, students!
Professor Ramona and I are going to be working on fractions today.
Encuentra el país.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him.
Excuse me.
Ay, de nuevo.
Teachers are doing whatever it takes to connect with their students.
202.
And Cox is too, by connecting over 140,000 eligible students in need with low-cost internet.
Who wants to see it again?
With the Connect to Compete program from Cox.
Buying or selling a home doesn't have to be difficult. At the James Allen Group, we work tirelessly to get families into homes and to get our listings sold quickly at the best price. James Allen, our principal broker, has over 30 years of experience as a realtor. As a U.S. Navy veteran, his knowledge of Hampton Roads and its community is a vital tool in meeting the home buying needs of military families. If you're ready to buy or sell your home, contact the James Allen Group at 757-449-8322. Sign up today for our free home buyer or seller seminar at jamesallengroup.com.
All right, you guys. Can I get a virtual high five? And Miss Marva is here. Good evening, sis. How are you doing? So glad to see you here. I know I'm doing well. I hope you are too. And I hope you guys are feeling amped as a result of that inspirational affirmation that Shania gives us each night. I know it just fills my cup up every time. Can't get enough of it. And I hope if you were tuned in, if you have little ones who are tuned in, again, that you guys are learning that and reciting that, especially for our small ones, that they are able to say that and that we are doing all that we can to make sure that they feel it and they believe it, right? Yes, that is so important. So now it's time for us to move on to our lesson for the night, okay? Again, we know around here, literacy is liberation. It is the path to liberation. And we want our children to be free. We want our communities to be free. So in order to do that, we have to be able to read, we have to be able to comprehend, and we have to be able to do it well. And there's so much that gets read out of necessity in life. And there's so much that gets read out of pleasure, but we want to make sure that our children are doing a great job at it. And not just our children, but anybody who can benefit from these foundational literacy lessons, because we know that this is a no judgment zone. This is literacy, culture, community, and love. And this is our literacy gang. And this literacy gang is all about loving and affirming one another, okay? So now it is time to meet our teacher, a familiar face. A lot of you guys, if you've been tuned into the fall season, then this is a face that you have grown to know and love. So I am going to bring on the screen right now the lovely Miss Anderson.
Good evening.
Hi there, sis. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I am doing well. Glad to have you back.
Good. It's good to be back. Good to be back.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, for those villagers who are not aware, you are a kindergarten teacher, and I want them to know that you have some of the most adorable babies out here, and you share some of their antics with us, some of the cute things that they say. So I don't need to put you on the spot, but do you have any little, things that some of your precious babies have said that you want to share with us that might put some smiles on our faces?
Of course. There's always something, but just the other day I shared on my page where one of my students, I had asked a question and then one of my students just interrupted like, Miss Anderson, Miss Anderson, Miss Anderson. And I'm like, yes. And they said, Miss Anderson, you're so cute. And it was like, okay, thank you. I was like, that is so sweet. And I'm like, they're kindergartners, but they have a lot of sass and it was just hilarious. So you definitely wanted
little old souls. Well, you are cute, and that was a cute thing for us to hear. Thank you for sharing. Y'all, she's full of them. The little ones, they have just some of the best things to say. Yes. And sometimes some of the most surprising things to say.
Yeah, it gets me off guard all the time. I'm like, oh, okay. That's what we share.
On your toes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing that. And I just want you also, if you could remind everybody like why this foundational literacy is important. Why is this important? And why doing it in these little these bite-sized lessons that we're doing? How is that beneficial to our children, to our community?
Right. So foundational literacy is very important, especially to our young learners. So the goal of reading is for students to become independent and fluent readers, right? So once they learn those bite-sized pieces, so because it's like building something. So you have that foundation, and so you're building. So you're starting with the letters, right? And then the letters make sounds, and then these sounds turn into words, and words turn into sentences. And so that is how they build upon them. So being able to do that. So once you know how to read, a storybook, then you're able to read the rest of your text, and you're able to comprehend your text. And so it's just going to take you, as far as you need to go throughout your educational career. So getting that at the beginning is so important to their educational journey.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I am excited to have you here as a powerful vessel to help us get that accomplished. And again, much love to you for doing this all day with our children and then coming back for reinforcement. We cannot thank you enough. Much love to our teachers, those teachers who are dedicated, who are patient, who are giving their all, and especially during this time, we definitely appreciate you. So I'm going to step away, right? Because everybody wants this lesson. So I'm going to go away and let Miss Anderson do her thing. All right. You ready?
I'm ready. All right. Good evening, virtual villagers. I'm excited to bring you another lesson today. So today's lesson, I'm going to focus on our first and second graders, some of those skills. However, it's available to anybody. All right. So we're going to start out with some words that have the short I. Okay. So the short I sound says it. Okay. Can you say that? It. All right. So we want to make sure we get that right. Sometimes we can confuse it with E, which is eh. We want to make sure we know that I says eh. Okay. I'll say that again. Eh. All right. So I'm going to say some words, and then we're going to break up the sounds in those words so we can hear that short I sound. All right. So our first word is lip. All right. So let's say the sounds in those words. L, eh, p, lip. All right. You hear the eh sound in that word. All right. The next word, tip. All right. Let's stretch out those sounds. T, eh, p, tip. Good job. All right. The next word is hit. All right. Let's stretch that out. It, hit. Awesome. All right. Next word, pig. Pig. P, g. Let's say that again. P, g. Pig. Excellent. All right. And we have one more word with the short I sound, and it is dig. Dig. D, e, g. D, e, g. Dig. All right. Great job sounding out those words. And all of those words have the short I sound. Remember, short I says eh. Very good. All right. So virtual villagers, some of the words that we use when we read or when we write, they are called synonyms. And synonyms, not cinnamon, synonyms are words that are different but have the similar or same meaning. All right. So you can use them in place of one another. So let's look at some examples. So the first two words are glad and happy, right? So when I say you can use them in place of one another, I'm going to show you some examples in some sentences. All right. So I could say, I am happy. I am happy. I am going to the park today. Okay. I could also say, I am glad I am going to the park today. So you see how I switched those two words out in the same sentence and it still had the same meaning. All right, so that was glad and happy. All right. The next set of words, pretty, beautiful. All right. So let's see an example for that. My mom is pretty. Or you could say, my mom is beautiful. Still has the same meaning. All right. Our next set of words, present and gift. You could say, I got a present for my birthday. I got a present for my birthday. Or, I got a gift for my birthday. You see how I just replaced that word with the synonym for that word, and it means the same thing. All right, next set is mad, upset. All right, so let's use mad in a sentence. I was mad when we lost the game. All right, so the synonym we're looking at is mad. Or I could use upset in that same sentence. I was upset when we lost the game. All right, and the last one, little and small. Little and small. All right, let's use little in a sentence. The baby is little. The baby is little. Or I could say the baby is small. So again, same sentence, different words, but they have the same or similar meaning. And those words are called synonyms. All right. Can you think of some others? I'm sure you can. All right. So for our book, I am so excited to read our book tonight, but I will let Miss Star come back on and then I'll tell you all about what I'm going to be reading.
Wonderful lesson. As always, you did a great job delivering that. And again, you expressed very well why these lessons are so important. And I love that our villagers have grown accustomed, enjoying hearing these lessons from you all, doing a great job again. And we are all excited to find out what book it is that you're going to read tonight. We know that Miss Anderson has that soothing voice because every time you get ready to do a story, I have learned that I must go have my snack or my beverage that I need so that I can pull up and be soothed. Okay. But we are going to have a word from our sponsors, and when we come back, it'll be story time with Miss Anderson.
All right.
Smart kids make our world better. At Heavenly Hearts, we believe that the right foundation is key to our future leader success. With our 4 key learning principles, which are inclusive learning environment, early exposure to financial literacy, community engagement, science and technology with engineering, art, and math labs will enrich each one of our future leaders as well as the community they are part of. In these unprecedented times, the $59 billion childcare industry has been dramatically impacted by the pandemic. Heavenly Hearts has currently implemented several advanced health and safety precautions to protect our children and staff at our current licensed facility in Chesapeake, Virginia. Our new location will continue to use advanced technology to protect our children from this and future threats to their health and safety, as our mission is to educate, empower, and equip our students with the necessary foundation to be holistically successful throughout life. We invite you to get involved. As an investor or community partner, you can help in a variety of ways. Contact Serena Mag at 757-254-8156. This episode of the Virtual Village Show has been brought to you by Truist.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. All right, this evening, our reading focus is going to be about theme. All right, so theme is when reading a story, sometimes stories have a message or something that they're trying to teach us, or something that they want us to learn from that story, right? So when I read this story, I want you to think about what we can learn by reading this, or what message is it trying to send, all right? So the title of this book is called Soulway, okay? Make sure you can see it, Soulway. And this book is written by Lupita Nyong'o. Gotta make sure I say that right. And illustrated by Vashti Harrison. All right. Let's see what this book is all about. All right. Make sure I can see it here. Okay, here we go. Soulway was born the color of midnight. She looked nothing like her family. Not even a little, not even at all. Hardly anyone at her school looked like Soulway either. So it says Mama was the color of dawn, Baba the color of dusk, and her sister was the color of high noon. Hardly anyone at her school looked like Soulway either. People gave her sister pet names like Sunshine and Ray and Beauty. People gave Soulway names like Blackie and Darky and Night. Soulway felt hurt every time. So she hid away while her sister made lots of friends. Soulway dreamed of being the same color as her sister. She wanted real friends too. So she got the biggest eraser she could find and tried to rub off a layer or two of her darkness, and that hurt. She crept into Mama's room and helped herself to her makeup. Oh no, she would hear about this from Mama. So look what she tried to do with her makeup. Soulway decided to work from the inside out and ate only the lightest, brightest foods. With a stomach ache, she went to bed early and turned to God for a miracle. Dear Lord, why do I look like midnight when my mother looks like dawn? Please make me as fair as the parents I'm from. I want to be beautiful, not just to pretend. I want to have daylight. I want to have friends. If you hear me, my Lord, and would like to comply, may I wake up as bright as the sun in the sky. Amen. When Mama came in to wake her for school the next morning, Soulway rose to find not a trace of daylight in her midnight skin. Soulway told Mama everything. Mama asked, "What is your name?" "Soulway," she muttered. "And what does that mean?" "Star," she whispered. "Brightness is not in your skin, my love. Brightness is just who you are. As for beauty," Mama said, rubbing Soulway's stomach the way she always did to comfort her, "you are beautiful." Soulway sighed. "Well, you are beautiful to me, but you can't rely on what you look like to make you feel beautiful, my sweet. Real beauty comes from your mind and your heart. It begins with how you see yourself, not how others see you. Now, up you get and out you go." How could she, as dark as she was, have brightness in her? That is what she was thinking. How could she have beauty when no one but her mother seemed to see it? How could she be a star? That night, a shooting star appeared at Soulway's window. "The night sent me," the star said. "Come with me." Soulway hopped onto the star and off they went. "Long ago, at the beginning of time," said the star, "there was night and day, and they were sisters. They loved each other very much, but people didn't treat the sisters the same. So you have these words here: lovely, nice, pretty. People gave Day pet names like lovely and nice and pretty. People gave Night names like scary and bad and ugly. She felt hurt every time. Well, Night got fed up and walked right off the earth. How is that going to turn out? Day stayed behind and enjoyed making everybody happy in the sun. But then Day grew too long. Day began to really miss her sister, and so did everybody else. There had to be a way to get her back. Day set off to find Night, and she did. I missed you, said Day. I miss you too, said Night, but you don't know what it's like to be treated badly for being dark. You're right, I don't, Day replied, but what I do know is that we need you just the way you are. Come and see. Night returned and the people rejoiced. We need the darkest night to get the deepest rest. We need you so that we can grow and dream and keep our secrets to ourselves. The stars chimed in. Brightness isn't just for daylight. Light comes in all colors, and some light can only be seen in the dark. While day had a golden glow, with night everything had a silver sheen, elegant and fine. Day told her sister, when you are darkest is when you are most beautiful. It's when you are the most of you. Could it be that night did not need to change? Not even a little? Not at all. Now that night and day were back together, a little bit of night returned to day in the form of shadows, and a little bit of day returned to night in the form of moonlight. They were inseparable from that moment on and promised to celebrate the brightness in each other, whether people chose to see it or not. You see, the star explained, we need them both on their sunniest days and their darkest night, and every shade in between. Together, they make the world we know, light and dark, strong and beautiful. Solway rose the next morning, beaming. There would be no hiding anymore. She belonged out in the world, dark and beautiful, bright and strong. And if she ever needed a reminder of her brightness, she could look up at the sky on the darkest night to see for herself. Solway felt beautiful inside and out. The end. So I want you to think about what message could we learn from that story. So based on that story, we know that it doesn't matter what we look like on the outside as long as we are pure on the inside, right? So Solway had to do some soul searching. It wasn't just her mother's words, but she had to find it out on her own. And I want to read that again, what her mother said to her. Real beauty comes from your mind and your heart. It begins with how you see yourself, not how others see you. All right. And that is so very important. And that is a great message to send to all our virtual villagers. So I have enjoyed reading this story with you all tonight, and I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Ms. Anderson a hand. Let's give Ms. Anderson a hand. That was wonderful. Definitely enjoyed that story. Great selection that you picked there. Great summarizing of it at the end. It's a very powerful book. Absolutely. And I love it. I have to be honest that I hate the fact that it has to even exist. But it is very necessary. That topic is something that is very near and dear to my heart. And I want to say to all of our virtual village family who are tuning in, this colorism thing has been imposed upon our community. And a lot of us have internalized it. And a lot of us internalize it without even realizing it. And we say things without even realizing it. And sometimes knowing that are harmful to children and adults. But children who we harm grow up to be adults who are hurt and imposing harm on other people. So we have to make sure that we are doing our job to affirm our children. It is so true what the story said about what is on the inside is what is most important to us. But when we step out here in these streets, or when we are navigating amongst even family members sometimes, you know, they say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me. But words can hurt and words have power. So we must affirm our babies, and we have to understand that from onyx to beige, Black is beautiful in every shade. And we have to take time with our beautiful sun-kissed babies and make sure that they understand that that sun is beautiful, that skin is beautiful, that it is precious, that it is valuable. And we can't overstate that, because it starts at home, it starts with family, and you have to build a fence around them, because I don't care who it is. We can't allow them to say, if it's grandma, you cannot say anything negative about my chocolate baby. You can't say anything negative about my chocolate niece, my chocolate whomever. And I am I'm a colorist interventionist. So if you say that and you try that around me, no, stop it. Like, it's not gonna happen, because our children are beautiful, and it is time for us to stop it. And as adults, if we have that and we perpetuate that in any kind of way, we must check ourselves. And we must make sure that we heal the wounds that we have, and that we build up our little ones. So I didn't mean to get on my soapbox, but people who know me know, like, I don't play those reindeer games. So, but I'm really glad that you read that story, and it was great. And of course, you had your soothing voice. This time it was just my little alkaline water.
Well, I'm so glad. I knew that you would enjoy the reading of that. I know that is near and dear to you, and it's near and dear to me, and it should be important for everyone. And like you said, it's what we portray to our young babies, and it's never okay for anybody to speak ill of someone because of their color. So I'm just stop right
No. And we are in this together across the color spectrum. It is all of our job, and we are in this together. Love and appreciate one another, because we are all beautiful. All of our shades are beautiful. And the problem comes when you elevate one over the other. We're not having that. We're not having that. Have you read Soul Way with your children, with your class?
This was my first time actually reading the story, actually coming across it. So I will definitely be sharing that with my class. It's a beautiful story. That's a beautiful
yes, let me know how they respond to it. I'm sure they'll love it. The illustration in there is great too.
It is, very, very nicely done. Very nicely done.
Yeah, great job, Lupita.
Yeah.
We definitely appreciate that. And I appreciate you again, your wonderful lesson, and your story reading skills. Like I said, if I ever have insomnia, I might need to play this back so I can't fall asleep to something meaningful. Yeah. Right. So we appreciate you, sis. Looking forward to having you back. Is there anything you want to say to the villagers before you leave us?
I just want everybody to continuing to focus on their education and their schooling, whether it's virtual or in person. Just continue to read, and do a good job. So
that's it. Miss Anderson said, read. That's wonderful. So we will see you next week, sis. You enjoy the rest of the week, and thank you. You continue to be great out there.
All right. Have a great evening.
Thanks, you too. All right, guys. So yeah, Miss Anderson always delivers. She hits that target, right? Everything that we need in a teacher, everything we need in story time. We appreciate her and all of our teachers and all of our virtual village family out there. But also we have our youth who come on here and make everything wonderful and powerful as well. So don't you go anywhere, because right now it is time for Jameer to drop some of those jewels on y'all. Keep it.
Jumbo Virtual Villagers, I am Jameer. I'm here to bring you today's moment in history. Athletes John Carlos and Tommy Smith made history and headlines when they raised their black-gloved fists on the awards stadium at the 1968 Olympics. They also wore black socks and no shoes on the podium, representing black poverty in the United States. Smith and Carlos, who had won gold and bronze medals respectively, agreed to use their wins as an opportunity to highlight extreme racism in the country. Racial tensions were at a height and the civil rights movement had given way to the Black Power movement. Black Americans like Smith and Carlos were frustrated by what they saw as the passive nature of the civil rights movement. They sought out active forms of protest and advocated for racial pride, black nationalism, and dramatic action rather than incremental change. As the American athletes raised their fists, the stadium hushed, then burst into racist sneers and angry insults. Smith and Carlos were rushed from the stadium, suspended by the U.S. team, and kicked out of the Olympic Village for turning their medal ceremony into a political statement. They went home to the United States only to face serious backlash, including death threats.
Greetings, virtual villagers. I'm Asia, and I am back with today's book recommendation. Jaimir told you about John, Carlos, and Tommy Smith taking a stand at the 1968 Olympics. If you're interested in reading a book about more Black American sports heroes, Black Stories Matter, Sporting Heroes by J.P. Miller is a book you'll certainly enjoy. You can purchase this book at your local Black-owned bookstore or visit smile.amazon.com and add Clever Communities in Action as your charity, and Amazon will donate a percentage of the price of your purchases at no cost to you.
All right, so Jaimir is dropping the jewels. If you guys did not know about the 1968 Olympics, then you know about it now, and we appreciate his eloquent and powerful delivery, always followed by Asia with that book recommendation of the day. And again, that is designed for you to follow up with your little ones about the moment in history that we are providing. I see we got we got some of the team on here. We got Miss Owens in the house. How are you doing, sis? So glad that you were here, tuned in, one of our other wonderful teachers. And then we also have Mr. Jordan in the building, okay? Mr. Jordan was in the building. I don't know if he's still here now, but say it loud, all right, all right. And then we have some more love from Miss Owens here. Is this Panda? Yes, this is all Panda Nation, okay? Yes. Man, look, y'all, the pandas are heavy in the virtual village. And like I said, we love it, love it, love it, love it. All of this for Panda Nation. That is Jay Cox Elementary School in Norfolk, Virginia, y'all, okay? So let's show Jay Cox some special love for all of the love that they give this virtual village family, all right? And then Shania is here with the hand claps. Yes, y'all. So it has been a wonderful evening again. The team is wonderful. Everybody who comes through here showing love, giving time, making sure that literacy stays in the forefront and doing it in exciting ways. There he is. Mr. Jordan is in the building. That's my co-host, y'all. That's my co-host. All right. So it's just been wonderful. And again, we're proud of our young people from Shania to Jaimir, Makai, and Asia, the wonderful job that they do, and our little virtual villagers out there. You guys make sure that y'all click that share button, okay? So that other people can see this and benefit from it. And always remember to look out for the moment in history that we post the next day, because we really want that to be there for you guys to be able to unpack it. It's small bites. Y'all know attention span is not what it used to be when we were growing up. So we made an effort to make sure that we give these bite-sized lessons, put them out there, and you guys can build upon them and expand upon them at your leisure. So feel free to share those moments in history, to utilize those moments in history. And for all of our teachers tuning in, homeschoolers, classroom teachers, feel free to play this back, to share this with the people in your lives, the young people in your lives who can benefit from it. This is a community. This is a village effort, right? It is a virtual village. So it means we have no constraints on location, right? On geography. So you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love, love, love our virtual village family. It's the middle of the week, so we'll be back on Monday, but you catch these playbacks on Thursday and Friday, all right? Y'all have a great evening. Peace.
Look, mommy, community in action. Put on my little sound that. Look, daddy, there's a book for me too. Put on my little sound that. Creative, affirming, and culture for me too. Look, granny, a little sound that. Look, granny, a little sound that. Look, granny, a little sound that. Learning and exploring my history, you see. Look, mommy, a little sound that. We confident, we practice in the flow of fluency. Look, daddy, a little sound that. Families, they bonding and representing me. Look brand new, love the sound of that. Look, I'm here, love the sound of that. Nice, I see, love the sound of that.
So reliable, culturally relevant. Sit back and listen to the wisdom while we represent. So reliable, culturally relevant. Readers to leaders, they hold it down where they have to sit. Who reliable, culturally relevant. Sit back and listen to the wisdom while you represent. So reliable, culturally relevant. Readers to leaders, they hold it down, yeah, they have to sit.
Look, mommy, give me the reading action. Well, oh my, love the sound of that. Look, daddy, there's a book for me too. Well, oh my, love the sound of that. Creative, affirming culture for me too. Look, brand new, love the sound of that.
Invite